Back when we were kids, when we went to grade school together, you went to high school together, anybody that was in a 10-mile radius was your friend. And we all rode dirt bikes together, so being 10 miles apart, everybody gets to be friends. And as you grow up, people go in different directions. We had jocks, greasers, freaks, you'd call them. And there was one guy that was by my cousin's house that could do it all. He had real long hair. He could play guitar in a band, and his vehicle of choice was a '65 Dodge van. And they were real short, flat front end. Your feet were right at the front. If you got an accident, your feet were going to be the first thing to hit. And he took the 6-cylinder out, and he put a 340 engine that was in a Challenger, because somebody totaled that out. He ended up putting the whole drivetrain, the engine and tranny in there, and it even had the pistol grip shifter, but it was like way behind you, so it had this really long arm that came, and then like where the water pump would be, it was like between the bucket seats. So then the super boot from Hearst was on the front where that long arm came out, and all you saw was the pistol grip shifter like in a regular Dodge Charger. But this guy that grew up with their neighborhood, their friends, he wasn't at all knowledgeable about cars or anything. And they just happened to run into each other, and they came over to my cousin's. So we're over there, and where he lived, there wasn't much traffic. And we're shooting the shit for a while, and then when it came time to leaving, the kid's going, "Hey, does this thing burn out?" And the van really looked cool. It was like, you'd think it was all show, but it was bright orange. It had the air dam that went into the fender flares, like running boards, then flares over the back wheels. It had big 50 series tires in the back with Mickey Thompson tires with Krager mags, and then there was little ones up in front. The front end was down lower, and then the exhaust just came out. Each pipe had its own baffles, so it looked like zoomies. There's a lot of crazy stuff back in the 70s. And so he's gonna leave, take off, and this kid has his head hanging out the window, and he wants to see how this vehicle is gonna do a burnout. And everybody's kind of smiling, and he revs the engine, and he dumps the clutch. And if you've ever seen a triangle, like when guys ring the bell for cattle call or chow time for the cowboys to come in and eat, this guy's head was banging around in the window as the van took off, it really launched the front end. Then when it came down, his head bashed on the thing, and it was just, he grabs another gear and his head keeps getting banged around in there. And then he come to his top, and the guy's hanging on to his ears going, "Why didn't you tell me I was going to do that?" So we had a good laugh off of him. But he probably learned a lesson.